Okay, I'm refresh something. Just a minute. Like you can, okay, just have a look. So you can see, look in this. Here we can only select only one record set. Okay. So either you can select A type, C name type. So you can only select one record set. Okay. Any other doubts in the traffic policy? Like this is like whenever you are creating a DNS for larger organizations. Okay, Manoj, understand. Okay, like whenever you are creating the scenarios or the Route 53 for the larger organizations, so you cannot directly go on to DNS management and create everything. So for that you have to create each and everything. Like you have to create the visual diagrams of your scenarios, and also for that we have got this traffic rules and traffic management. So here first you can go here in traffic management, and before configuring any of the DNS, you can create your own policies as well, and you can verify whether your policies are perfect for your scenario or not. So you can use the traffic management and each and everything. Okay. Okay. So any other doubts in traffic management? Okay, tank has also arrived. Any other doubts, guys, in traffic management? So if you guys don't have any doubt, then we'll move on to availability monitoring. Okay, no one is writing something. That means we should move on. Okay, so now our next topic is availability monitoring. So basically, this is monitoring tool. We have got CloudWatch for like other services. We create health checks or health alarm with the CloudWatch. So here we can create the monitoring service for the DNS or Route 53. So what you have to do, you have to directly get started now. Click on get started now. Now, like what is the concept of health check? So they'll verify whether the your DNS is working or not. So for that you can create the Route 53 health check of your resources, like whether your resources are responding uh, correctly or not. So you can create health check. So how you can create health check? Now you have to give the name for your health check. So let me give test ABC. Now they have asked you what to monitor. Like you have got three options for monitoring. So the first one is endpoint. Like if you have configured the ELB, uh, Manoj, you were there yesterday, right? Yeah, you were there. So let's say yesterday we have configured the ELB with the Route 50. So like the ELB is the endpoint. Okay. So if you want to do the health check of endpoints and all, like for any instance, for any of the service which you are using directly, so you can directly go with endpoints. Now we have got second thing, status of other health check. Like if you have already created the health check, so and you want to do the health check of that already created health check, so you can do this. Now, if you already have a CloudWatch, and on that CloudWatch you want to do the health check, so you can select the state of CloudWatch alarm. Like you can select the region in which region your CloudWatch is. Then you have to give like I don't have any CloudWatch in this region, so then you have to select the CloudWatch. Then you have to select each and everything, like when the alarm is insufficient, the status is healthy, or the status is unhealthy, so you can select that. So you can configure this. like I'll select it for endpoint. Okay. So when as soon as I've selected it for endpoint, so they are asking me to specify either the IP address of endpoint or either the domain name of endpoint. So I can go either with IP or either with domain name. Like if I have the IP, like permanent IP of any of the for any of the service, so I can go with IP. But I have the domain name, so I can directly write the domain name also. So then they'll select the port. Then I have to give the path of the image. Okay, so path that you want to that you want route 53 to request. So basically, you have to give the path also, like for which path or for which resource you want to do the health section. Also, you have to give the path here. Then you can go next. Then they're asking you to create the alarm. If you want to create the alarm, so you can create the alarm also. Like if your health check is failed and you want to create the alarm, so you can create the alarms as well. If you don't want, if you can also you can leave it and click on create health check. So now you can see like I have created one health check, like this is the trial health check. So you can create the health check similar as this. Got it? How you can create the health check. Now after you have created the health check, you can also edit it again. If you want to change the domain name, so you can change it. If you want to change the path, so you can change the path also. Like we have got the advanced configurations also. Like how much failure thresholds you want to give, so you can change the failure thresholds also. Failure thresholds mean continuously 3 times failure, 2 times failure, so this is failure threshold. So this way you can do the configuration. Understood, guys? Now you guys can see my status is healthy right now. I am deleting it. Understood how you guys can configure the health check in route 53? Just write yes or no, guys. Like if you guys are not writing anything, like I don't understand. You guys got this or not? Okay, Manoj said yes. What about others? Okay, Ravi also said yes. Lokendra, what about you? And Vijay, what about you? I think Vimlendra is also there. Okay, Vimlendra is not there. Lokendra, are you there? Okay. So have you understood it? Or okay, okay. Okay, so just whenever I ask you, you understood. So just write yes or no, because then if you don't write yes or no, so I get confused like whether you got the thing or not. Okay, so we have understood these two things like traffic management and availability monitoring. Now, on that day when we have seen the dynamic web hosting, I've shown you that website Freenom. Do I have shown you guys that website Freenom? I think I have shown you guys that. Okay, so the website, like we have got multiple websites to buy the domain name, right? Like we have got the GoDaddy.com, we have got Freenom. Like Freenom gives you free domain as well as you can buy the domain. Like we have got multiple websites. Like you can what you can do is you can directly write domain name purchase. So you can see like we have got multiple websites. Like we have got Big Rock, we have got GoDaddy, domains.google. Like Google also provides you the domain name. Then these are the like what you can say. These are the time pass websites. Then we've got domain. So this is also domain name. Okay, this is Big Rock. Then we have got Hostinger also, Namecheap. So we have got multiple websites to buy the domain name. But if you want to buy the domain name from AWS itself, so they also give you guys the like service to purchase the domain name, or you can register the domain name with some amount of money. So we have got this domain registration. So how you can do this? You can directly get started. Click on get started now. Now before clicking on register domain, we have got this transfer domain. Like if you have already purchased the domain from any of the third party vendor like GoDaddy, Hostinger, and other websites. So in that case, like if you want your domain name from that website to here, like if you have purchased, let's say, um, uh, okay, let's take an example. Uh, okay, so like I have like let's say there's one organization. Okay, so they have purchased their domain name. Okay, let's say like here nearby I have one like I have one training institute. Not I have, like near my house we have there is one training institute. Like there are many training institutes here. So they have purchased the domain name from any of the websites. So if you want to transfer your domain name from that website to AWS, so you can transfer your domain name to Route 53 by just writing your domain name here, and then you can select uh, which like what we can say, which domain you want, like .com, .net, .org, .com.au, .co.uk, .io. Like we have got multiple domains. So you can select as per, like they have also mentioned the price of the domains. Like for .com you have to pay $12 and all. So what you can do, you can search. Let's say okay, not www. Sorry. Uh, so I have read this name, so I have to check it whether the domain name is available or not. So you guys can see techemo.com cannot be transferred to Route 53 because this domain name is not registered anywhere, right? But let me ask. Let me write for. Uh, okay, so you guys can see DevOps Nepal is also not available. Like, let me. Okay, let's search for Google. Okay, you cannot come also because you have to unlock this domain and all by like you have to have the access of these domains. So you can transfer your domain by just checking here, and then like whatever domain you have purchased, so you can transfer only that. Like I've written the domain names here, like I've just written the domain name randomly, so I cannot transfer that because your current registrar is preventing the domain from being transferred. So like you have to go and talk to that third party vendors also, GoDaddy and all. So you can transfer your domain name from there to here also. But this is not that this is not like used widely or majorly. You can directly register your domain name as well. Like I want to register my domain name, so I can check whether the domain name is available or not. So you guys can see this domain name is not available. So I can change from .com to .net. So you guys can see like I can purchase this techemo.net because this is available. So I can add it to cart, and then I can continue, and then I can pay for it. Uh, okay, just a minute. Manoj said something. Like Manoj, if you want to transfer the third-party domain name into Route 53, so basically that service is something which AWS charge. Okay, like you can only transfer the paid domains. Like you cannot transfer the free domains. You cannot see the free domains here. So you can only transfer the paid domains. So you have to pay for it. Okay, like I'll show you. So these are the paid services. So you cannot use it. Like if you use it, so you have to pay for it. And the paid domains are like way expensive. You can see $12, $11. Okay, we have got this also, but like we have to first register this domain somewhere. So like you cannot find the domain which we have registered, like .tk and that kind of. You cannot see that here. Okay, like you can see we don't have .tk here. Okay, so we like you if you have the domain name, like if you have the domain name at your place, so you can tell me, then I'll show you how you can transfer that. But like I don't have any registered domain like .com or .in. Like I don't have any domain with me, so I cannot show you that how to transfer the domain, registered domain, because like first before that I have to purchase the domain and all, and that's why. Okay. Yeah, it is not compulsory to perform like this thing, like transfer domain. Like no organization asks you to transfer the domain. Like this is the service, so I have just explained you. Like you can also transfer it. It is not compulsory to perform, or it is not compulsory to transfer your domain from the third party to Route 53. You can use the domain from third party websites also. Like we have seen how to use the domain from third party websites. I'll also show it to you guys today also. Okay, it is not compulsory to transfer it. Like because there is this service AWS provides us, so that's why I have shown it to you. Okay, so you can either transfer the domain, or either you can, if you want, you can register the domain also. Like for that you have to pay for the domain. So if you have what we can say, if you are planning for your like for the new organization or for the new startups and all, and if you are hosting your websites and also, you can register the domains directly from here also. Like you don't have to go to the third party vendors and all, because I have shown you how you guys can host the website. Now if you guys will have the domain name, and you know how to host the website, so you can do the hosting and each and everything like by yourself. You don't have to go to the third party vendors and all, because like definitely they'll charge you more. Okay, because if you'll host uh, the website with the help of them, so they'll charge you for that. Now because I have shown you how you guys can host the dynamic website with on the servers, how you guys can store the website behind ELV, like you can create ELV on that website. Yesterday I've shown you that. So you can host your own website. Now I've shown you today how you can register the domain. Now I'll show you. Now we have got this DNS management left with us. So now I'll show you how you guys can create the DNS hosted zone record sets and all. So like if you guys get the any of the project for like the website hosting and all, so you can do that easily. Like till now what we have seen, you can easily host any of the web application or website on AWS. Okay, Lokendra said something. Yeah, it is transferring ownership from third party to AWS. Okay. So for that you have to talk to that third party vendors also, because no third party vendor easily uh, transfer domain from their application to the other application. So like there is a huge process behind there. So because there was the service, so that's why I have shown it to you. Okay. Okay, so have you guys understood all these three services? So after that, we have left with only this one service, and this is the major and the main service of Route 53. Have you guys understood it till now? Okay, so let's move on to DNS management now. So what is DNS management? So basically, like whatever you configure on Route 53, or whatever, if you want to create new DNS, so you do DNS management. Okay, so we'll directly click on get started now. Now, if you want to configure the DNS, so you have to create the hosted zone for that. Like you should have the hosted zone to configure your DNS. If you want to configure 3 DNS, so you have to create 3 hosted zones. Okay, so let me create 1 hosted zone. So basically, how we can create hosted zone? So we just need to click on create hosted zone. So they'll ask you for the domain name. So let me first let me first log in into my. Just a minute, guys. I'll log in into that. Then I'll show you. Okay, so okay. Now we have logged in into Freenom. So Logendra, I have told you, na, on that day also, like Freenom is the website which provides us the free domain. Manoj, this is the free domain. Like this is the website which provides us the free domain. I'll give you the link after I log out from my account. Then I'll give you the link so you can directly go there. I'll also show you how you guys can register for the new domains. Okay, like I'll also show you that. Let me first complete the Route 53, then I'll show you how you guys can register for free domain. Okay, so for your training purposes and all, you can register for the free domains. So for that case, you don't have to buy the domains and all. Okay, so this is Freenom website. Now here in the services, I've got my domain section, so I'll click on my domain. And now I've got these 2 domains, you guys can see, and the type is free. You guys can see whether the domains are paid or free. So you guys can see this domain is type free. Okay. So I'll use this CloudSewa.pt. So you guys can see now. Let's move on to Route 50. So as soon as I click on create hosted zone, so they are asking me to give the domain name, right? So I have to give this domain name because I have purchased this domain name, whether it is free or like paid. I have this domain name with me. So what I have to do? I have to write this domain name here. Now you guys have to make sure that whenever you write domain name, you do not write www dot. Okay, you don't have to write www dot. You have to directly write the domain name. Let's say if I'll ask you the domain name of Google, so the domain name of Google is google.com. Uh, for YouTube, so we have got youtube.com. Facebook, we have got facebook.com. So this is domain name. Like www is do not come in the domain name. So this like make sure that you don't write www here. Then if you want to add any comment, like comment is optional. So if you want to add any comment or any description, comment is basically description. So you can add that also. Now, what is the like type, hosted zone type? If you want to create the public hosted zone, so basically public hosted zone is created for the internet access. Like if I am accessing my domain name over the internet, so I have to create public hosted zone for that. But if I am creating this hosted zone for my VPC, like for the private communication, so for that I have to click on private hosted zone. Then in that case, I have to give the VPC ID. Then I have to create it. Okay. But I am creating it for the connectivity through internet. Like I want to access my domain name or the website with my domain name through internet. So I'll click on public hosted zone. Then I'll click on create. I'll show you both public and private. First, let me show you guys public. Then I'll show you private also. Now, as soon as I clicked on create, they have created the name servers for me. You guys can see this is the name server and this is SOA. So what is SOA? I'll show you. Start of authority. So they automatically give you name server and SOA. Okay. So you don't like make sure that you don't change this because this is the default setting. Like if you'll change this, your hosted zone will not work. So make sure that you do not change it. But now we have created the hosted zone. But now what we have to do? Like I have to map my IP or my web server with my domain name. So I have told you that you have to create the record set for each and everything. So you guys can see on the top we have got create record set. So what you can do, you can click on create record set. Now as soon as you click on create record set, they'll ask you for the name. So what is the name? So the name here is that www. Okay. I've told you not to write www in the domain name when you create hosted zone because if you write www there, so and then again you'll write www here. So then in that case, your domain name will become like this www. This is the name. Then www dot. So if you have written the www in domain name and after www in name also during the record set, so your domain name will look like this. So we don't want this. Okay. Now if my domain name is something www.test.cloud.com, so here this is my complete domain name. Okay. So basically everything before the first dot is the name of record set and everything after the first dot is the domain name. Have you guys got it? Okay. Now I have written the www. So now my complete domain is the domain is completed. You guys can see www.cloudseva.tk. Okay. Now they are asking me to select the type. So this is the record set type. Like we have seen the record set now. So this is the record set type. You have to select the record set here. So if we have got A name, A type record set, then we have got C name, we have got MX mail exchange. So you have to select record set as per your requirement. So let me select A type because A type means IPv4. Now if I want to select C name, like if I have the requirement of C name, so C name basically means the domain name of other thing or the canonical name. Like I've shown you, we have canonical name of the accounts also. So if you want to give the canonical name or if you want to map or resolve your value with the canonical name, so you can go with C name. If you have got mail exchange, so you can mail exchange server, MX servers. So you can, if you want to map your domain name with MX servers, mail exchange servers, so you can select MX mail exchange. If you want to map your domain name with some other text, so you can map it with text also. So we have got multiple things here. Now comes the now one more record set is important, name server. If you want to create your own name servers, so you can create that also from here. So you can create your own name servers. Uh, let's say ns.test.com, ns.test1.com. So this way you can create your own name servers. Like you have to like minimum of 4 name servers you have to give. Like this, you here you guys can see we have got minimum of 4 name servers. So you can create name servers also. Now, if I am writing the IP address directly, like I've got only one web server and one IP address, so I can directly write the IP address. But in the case of multiple instances, I've got ELB, Elastic Load Balancer, in front of the instances. So I will not write the multiple IP addresses here, because in the case of Elastic Load Balancer or in the case of auto scaling group, what will happen? The new instance will scale up, the new instance will scale down, my public IP will change, or new IP will come, the previous will go. So I will not come here again and again and change the IP address. Okay. So in that case, what we can do? We can directly go with alias, ALIAS here. I have to click on yes, alias, and then you have to select the target. So let's say if you have created the Elastic Load Balancer, so whatever you create, you guys can see it here. So because we don't have anything, we cannot see anything. Like yesterday, we have seen the ELB. Manoj, you should remember, we have seen. So I've shown you. We have seen ELB application load balancer here. So you can select it from here. Yeah. So you can directly come here, select it from here. So your target will be selected. Then you have to select the routing policy. Now, if I want the simple weighted latency geological multi, so I can go with weighted also. So for that, I have to give the weight and set ID and all. If I want to create latency, so I have to select the uh, region, specific region. If I want to select failover, so I have to give the primary and secondary both. Okay. If I want to select the geolocation, so I have to select the geolocations like Africa. Like you guys have to select the geolocation. So for the training purpose, we use simple routing policy. And after that, what you have to do, like I don't have any alias right now, so I'll just write the IP. And then after that you can create it. So this way you can create the record set. Now you guys can create multiple record sets. So this way you guys can create multiple record sets. Okay. So this way you can create the record set. Now, if you guys want to test the record set, like I have created this record set, or whether this record set is working or not, so I can click on test record set at the upper section. You guys can see at the top. So I can click on test record set. So they'll select my record set, and then I have to give the server IP address. This is random IP guys. This is not my IP. This is random IP. So you guys can see, because this is the random IP, DNS resolver code is no like we have got this no error, and response returned by ROUTE-53. So this way you can verify whether your record set is working or not, like which protocol your record set is using. So you can do that. Okay. Now, if your record set, like if you have created the record set and your record set is not working, so in that case, you can test your record set, and whatever the error your record set like have, they'll show it to you here. Like this is the perfect record set we have created. So that's why they've shown no error. So have you guys understood? Understood or not, guys? Okay. And what about others? Manoj said yes. What about others? Okay, definitely looking there. No worries. I am asking you for right now. Like right now, is there any doubt? So you can ask me. Uh, and if you have any doubt in future, so you can text me. Like there is no doubt in that. But if you have any doubt right now, so you can ask me. And if you don't have any doubt, so just tell me. So then we'll move on further. Now we have just remain like we are just remain with one thing: how to map our this record set with the domain name which we have in the third party website. Okay. So now we have created the hosted zone, we have created the record set, but right now we have not did any configuration so that our domain name or our hosted zone is mapped with our domain name which we have purchased here. So for that, what we have to do? You have to give the name servers of your hosted zone. Like I have created the hosted zone, so I've got this name servers. So you have to give the name servers of your hosted zone into the domain name of third party application. Okay. So how you can do that? Okay, just a minute. Manoj said something. Manoj, whether you are if you are using the free now, sorry, if you are using the free now, so in that case also you have to copy the name server. If you are using the GoDaddy, in that case also you have to copy paste the name server. If you are using the hosting, in that case also you have to copy the name, because without name servers you cannot map your hosted zone, your created hosted zone with the domain name, because this is the actual domain name, right? This is not the actual domain name. This is the hosted zone. So how you can map it? You have to give the name servers. So name servers is the mapping tool, or what we can say is the mapping values of our domain name with this service. Okay, so you have to copy paste the name servers. Whether like it is not necessary whether you are using name servers or anything. You have to copy paste your name servers. If you are using Hostinger, if you are using GoDaddy, if you are using Google domain. Okay. So now I was telling ki, now we have created the hosted one, but till now we have not did the any of the configuration. So in that case, like we can make sure that our domain name is working or our hosted zone is configured with the domain name. So for that, what we have to do? We have to give this name server. Name servers are the mapping service or the mapping tool or the mapping values which map our domain name with this hosted zone, because this value, name server value, should be same in both the place, right? Like if this value is different here and is different here, so in that case there is no common value in between. So name server should be same or should be common between the domain name and the hosted zone. So what we have to do? We have to copy paste the name server. So what I'll do? I'll go to the third party application. There in the management, like every third party application have the management. So inside the every domain name, so you have to just go on to domain and then go on to name servers. So you guys can see here either you can use the default name server, but we have created our Route-53 our hosted zone, so we have to give our name server. So for that we have to use custom name server. Now you guys can see here we have got 4 name servers, 1 2 3 4. So what you have to do is you have to simply copy each and every name server one by one, copy it and paste it here. Like remove it and copy the name server from here and remove the previous one and paste it here. So this way you have to copy paste each and every name server and change the name server. Okay. So now because our name server, because we have changed the name server, now on both the applications, like here in the Route-53 and here in the domain name website, third party domain website, in both the services or in both the applications, we have the common name server. So that means our domain name is binded between this hosted zone and this domain name. So this way you can map or bind the domain name. So this is the overall thing which Route 53 has. So have you guys understood Route 53, or is there any doubts in Route 53? So you can ask me, because now we'll do the quiz, the remaining quiz, or like which we have left with. Now from now on, guys, we'll see either one, like if we have smaller topics, so we'll see two topics in a day, and if we have the bigger topics, we will see one topic in a day, and after that we'll do quiz. Like we'll have daily, we'll have the quiz. Okay, because all the major and all the big topics are now completed. I'll show you guys, because we have completed all the major and all the big topics, which took almost major period of time in the training. So we have completed that. Now we have left with the few small short services. So we'll see one or two services in each day, and after that we'll solve the quizzes. So you guys can see we have completed till day 15. Like we are